wild. Make it get wild. Make it get wild.
Hello, welcome, Clicking and Screaming Nation. You're going to notice something different about the program. But before you look any further, share the link, okay? Kate, this is the first time me and you are a tandem team.
I know.
Is this the first time you started a show with just... I don't like that, the whole thing. Is it because of...
I look so much taller than you.
Is it because I just found out I'm wearing a uniform, it seems? I got a matching hat and shirt. I got to go over to my adult softball league right after this.
That happened to me once. It did. I was wearing a Vegan Treats hat and a Vegan Treats sweatshirt.
Uh-huh.
And this man crashed into my car.
Get out.
And I got out of my car and he's like, "So do you work at Vegan Treats?" And I was like, "How dare you?"
Yeah.
I got mad.
Well, I was speaking more on the fact that I'm matching. I don't typically like to match the hat with the shirt, but
I said the same story, Tyler. My story was, why am I so much taller than you?
Because you're sitting up on something.
I'm not.
You're sitting up on something. Yes. Share the link. Share the link. Make sure Tim, this is the biggest show of the week, so Tim can feel a little bit guilty and bad about not making it. Tim is at the beach with his daughter. It's Chicken's birthday tomorrow, so
yeah.
Chicken, of course, is his lovely baby girl. Mm-hmm. So tomorrow, don't forget to give a happy birthday shout out to Chicken.
That's her God-given name, also.
We just call her Chicken.
Yeah,
she's just Chicken.
Baptized Chicken.
Well, I talked to Tim about it, like, because we refer to his daughter as Chicken.
Yeah,
Emmy's her, but there's gonna come a point where like that nickname is just what we refer to her as.
Can we try to put our hands together?
High five.
Hey.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go like that. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I
don't know. How do you count? Do you count the same way people count?
Don't go that far. I'm ready to try it again. 1, 2,
3. I don't understand your counting, to be honest with you.
I did it better than you did.
No. So when we were talking, like, Chicken will one day be 18 years old and like wanting to hang out and like really not like
teenage Chicken.
Yeah, and like, but we're like talking to Chicken in front of her like high school friends, calling her Chicken, not even thinking that it's funny. Because my cousin's nickname is Bean. We call her Bean.
Yeah,
and I don't think she loves it. Did you have a nickname growing up, like a family nickname?
And people just called me by my regular name.
Kate. Good.
Yeah.
My
dad called me Katie Kaboom.
Okay. All right. Reasons. No. But a couple of not ground rules. Housekeeping. Friday's show at Allentown Market Commons is canceled.
What?
They've canceled the stand-up routine. They've heard we were coming.
Oh man. All right.
So
I'll be all right.
On the 25th, it's going to happen.
Okay.
But share the link. We got a good one. We are discussing Black Panther, the movie Black Panther.
Yeah.
Which is my first Marvel movie I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, how do I know if I've seen one besides this one?
Well, I don't know. I think Garrett would know. I couldn't answer that. I couldn't answer it.
Okay. Garrett would know.
Obviously, we're doing this in memory of the star of the movie, Chadwick Boseman, who tragically passed away probably 2 weeks ago at this point. So excited to talk about it. Hopefully you have all seen the movie. But without further ado, should we just bring him in? Should we start this dang on thing?
Let's bring Garrett in. I miss him.
Because what we should do is I'll bring him in and then we'll talk about everybody's day as if Tim...
Let's pretend Garrett's the new Tim. Should we just tell them? We fired Tim.
We fired Tim. Tim has been fired. He got himself canceled.
Yeah.
Showed too much clav.
He said something he shouldn't have said to the wrong person who shouldn't have heard it.
Which was Kate. All right. We're going to discuss Black Panther. We're bringing in our movie guru. Love to see that Kate is still bullying Ty even in my absence. So is this?
Feels like it's him. Wait a minute. Why can't he be here?
Something fishy's happening here.
Hello.
Tim works for the Apes now. Yes, Joe Abram, you can get a refund if the show had tickets. This was, like we've said all week, it's a free show. So glad you pay attention to the program.
Get your free money back, Joe. You'll need it.
Oh, God, Nancy. Here we go. Bringing in our movie guru, talking about Black Panther. Get ready, folks. Get the comments rolling. I hope everybody loved the movie. I enjoyed it. Put your hands together. From Philadelphia and the Popular Movie Podcast, I like to movie. It's Garrett Smith.
What's up?
Hey.
How do? That dog is adorable. What is its name?
Thank you. His name is Bailey. This is the first time I've ever... Yep. In and out. Yeah. The first time I'm looking down at you.
Bailey.
So, Garrett.
Yeah.
I like it.
Have you noticed Kate has a different dog almost every show?
What? No, I don't think I've ever noticed that she has a dog every
Pay
show.
more attention.
Well, we know one of the running things. Kate she's a dog sitter.
Ah, I see.
It's a different dog, but you've seen the movie Seven Psychopaths, right?
Yes, I have.
I think that's what she's doing. She just looks for for missing dog signs.
Yeah.
And she steals the dog and gets the ransom money.
Yeah. I got to make that diaper money somehow.
Diaper money?
Yeah. What?
Babies,
what?
you know about them.
Clearly, you do.
Do you have something to tell the nation?
Nah, not right now.
Did you also steal a baby, Kate?
Don't worry, but let's go to the next topic. Topic.
Are you starting to live out the movies that I've been recommending? Are you raising Arizona right now?
Yeah, she's raising Arizona.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah, you've given me some great ideas.
Next, she's gonna adopt a kid and run through the wilderness.
I mean, why else would I have this?
Please don't steal a cop car. That would not go well right now. Tensions are high.
Yeah.
Well, I think
I could get away with it if anybody could. Out of all three of us, it's me.
100%. A white lady could definitely get away with that.
I'm just like, I thought this was my car.
Yeah.
The same
Stealing
car.
a cop car is a white lady offense. That's like
totally.
I was doing it as a statement, you know?
Right. Because I have a vagina. Sorry.
Like, Garrett, do you remember at Nazareth High School when somebody vandalized the football field?
Wait, what did they do to it? I do remember this.
They dug holes in it.
Yes, right. Yeah, there was the dumbest vandalization ever.
Yeah, it was like manual labor. And but they were trying to blame kids and this is a privileged crime.
Yeah.
Look to the top first.
Yes.
It's like
work your way down.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do to show a statement, we're gonna go out with our shovels and we're gonna dig holes as if it's our job.
We're gonna leave a money trail too.
Also, I'm sure the kids they were accusing are the kids that most wanted to be anywhere but home and needed that practice to be happening. You know what I mean?
Did you guys see his bow tie? Can you see it?
He has a bow tie? Of course he does.
It's a blue sparkly one.
Oh, now I see it. He's very handsome.
He's a handsome dog. Yeah.
Before we get into the movie, I got to ask you both. It's the thing we want to do. And I think Nancy she's bullying me. Full-blown bullying.
I need help out here. I'm out here all by myself.
Nancy, I'll give you a refund for sure for the free show. I don't know. Do you want me to just cry for 10 minutes? Would that
I would like that. I would like that.
Garrett, I'll start with you and then we'll get to Kate. How was your day, Garrett?
Buddy, I've been dying for you to ask me this. It was, it was fine. No, I had a real rough time here right before the show started, and I just got to air it out here. Now, hear me out on this one, guys.
All right.
So I'm closing on this house in a week, right?
Stressful.
It's called settlement. My settlement has been written in stone. I've got a date. I've got a time. I've got an address for a month.
Yes, you are unsettled.
We get an email tonight called Reminder. And this is what I want to get into. The difference between a reminder and an update.
Oh.
We got a reminder, and the reminder gave me a different time, a different address, and a different date than I've had for the last month. Now, I would consider that. Now, that's fine. I can go to this other address on this other date at this other time. No problem.
Sounds
but that is not a reminder. That's an update.
I'm with Garrett on this one. Finally, we see eye to eye.
They have
See eye to
presented
eye,
this
finally.
information incorrectly to me, and I am furious.
So you wish they would have presented it as an update.
Listen, if they had said, we have an update, things are changing, I'd be like, all right, things are changing. I got to rearrange things. But instead they said, we have a reminder. So now I have to say, I'm sorry, but this is incorrect.
Yeah.
So
like now I have to argue with you about this.
Yeah.
This is new information. So what they did is they played a mind game. They tried to convince you that they're reminding you something that you knew that they never told you.
Yes.
That's a mind game. Mental warfare. I hate
Not
to see
into it. I have to pay these people a lot of money in a week.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have to be arguing about details.
Right.
So you're a word man.
I am a
Focus on
man.
those words.
Yeah.
Well, he writes and does comedy. So yeah.
You get offended when people say something that they don't mean.
No, I just am like very frustrated that like I've had like all this stuff like I'm like very detail oriented, and so like I've been very prepared. I've got this all scheduled, and it's like I guess it doesn't matter that it's different, but I was like very like stressed to be like, wait, what? This is all different information than you gave me last time.
No, that's real annoying.
The reminder and update thing we just did is basically a Seinfeld bit. Right?
It sure is. It's got to be. That must be why my voice immediately started doing this.
It's not a reminder. It's an update.
Yeah.
I heard that. Yeah. Yep. I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
But other than that, that's a tough, moment.
It's been a real tough day. Real tough day.
Well,
yeah.
But otherwise,
it's going to get a lot better. You know that now, right?
Yeah.
Look for an update tomorrow.
I'm going to be living in a new house, so should be all right.
A week?
Kate, what about you, Kate?
Yeah, next Friday.
So you're still getting updates and reminders, and you have to be moved in 1 week?
Buddy, the way buying a house works, this is real cool. Ready? I don't actually know how much money I owe them for this house until 48 hours before I move into that house.
So you're a gambling man.
That's when they give me the final figure, and I can finally write them a check. It's like 48 hours before I move in.
But they're going to be like, reminder, you owe us.
Yes. And it's going to be, $4,000 more than I was told the last time.
Reminder. This is an update price.
Yeah.
It's not a reminder
I
price.
hope you said a reminder price and not an update price.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll see what happens.
Thank you.
That's like a funny game that they're playing with you.
It's hilarious, Tyler. You're right.
It's a reality show.
He thinks it's really funny. He's been laughing this whole time, Garrett.
Yes. Kate, well, why don't you tell us about your day?
I'm with Garrett. My day was real annoying.
Okay.
In a different way, and it wasn't a word problem. It was okay. I see how it is now when people lie to you profusely.
Okay. Do you want to give us any context to this?
Okay, so you know how I'm helping my girlfriend out watching them.
The same way you watch dogs?
Same way. I put a bowl of water on the floor. I'm like, you guys good?
Yep. Put a bow tie on them.
Yes.
Hold
You're
them up to the
babysitting.
Where's your bow tie?
Dogs and children.
Aunt Cake is going to the bar. I'll be back in several hours. Yeah, dogs and children. So I'm having problems. It's a boy and a girl, same age. I'm having real problems with the boy, real problems with the boy.
Can you say the age?
6. Twins. 6.
Twins. 6.
So I don't know. He just lies. I'll walk out of the room and he's just like, blah, 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 and I come back and I'm like, did you just touch something? He's like, no, I didn't.
Right.
So today he's at my house. They're both at my house. He goes to use the bathroom and he comes out and he says, Miss Kate, that's what they call Miss Kate, which sounds like mistake, which it definitely is. He's like, there's water all over your bathroom. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure you did it. He's like, I didn't do it. And I go in.
Well, Gavin, you're the only child or person to be there Gavin. All day.
And the sink is completely filled up. There's water all over the floor. The towel is inside and completely soaking wet. And then he's taken the water and he's thrown it up at the mirror.
So did you catch him in the act?
I didn't. He came out. He's like, Miss Kate, there's water everywhere. I don't
Miss
know
Kate,
how
some other boy went into the bathroom and threw water everywhere.
Miss Kate, here's an update. Your bathroom.
I tried to stop him, Miss Kate.
And all day, what'd you say his name was?
Gavin.
All day, I'm like, Gavin, 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 Gavin. Put that down. Put that down. Gavin, Gavin. Pay attention, Gavin. Can you hear me? Gavin, Gavin. All day. I've never said a man's name more ever in my life.
That's
So that
good,
was my day.
good start. So how did this come to a head? Did he admit he was wrong? You've hit him. You hit the kid. You hit the
I
boy.
punched him. I no longer
nice.
watch for children. That's the easiest way to get out of it. No, I was like, you're lying. And he said, no, I'm not. So I was like, they do this thing now with children. Garrett, do you have any that you're close to, like a niece or anything?
Yeah, I'm an uncle.
Okay. They do this fuzzies in a jar. Like, we didn't do that. You just listen to your parents.
Wait, what?
People.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Cade, me being an uncle has nothing to do with me understanding what fuzzies in a jar are. What are you talking
You
about?
know what?
So many people do it.
I don't know if I want to know this world at all. I don't know if I want to know anything about this world.
There's charts for children. They're like, you're not going to get a smiley, happy spaceship if you don't do your chores. And I'm
right.
Like,
the currency in a kid's life is
there is a jar, and they start with 10 fuzzies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then if they do something bad, you have to say, I'm taking a warm fuzzy away.
And then
I have to say that.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, Kate, but most kids
You know I will.
would be like, I don't give a shit about the fuzzies at all.
Yeah. What's motivating the kid to care about the fuzzies?
Yeah.
What's that kid's name again? What'd you say?
Gavin.
So Gavin lost all of his fuzzies yesterday. Yesterday was Tuesday. All of them.
Shit. I have
So
no
today
fuzzies now.
I was like, you lied about, you put water all over my mouth. He goes, well, all my fuzzies are gone. So
that's right. When all the fuzzies are gone, what you don't have anything to hold over.
What motivation does he have?
We're not going to color in trucks this week. I'm going crazy, guys. I'm losing my ever-loving mind.
And then the girl is just sitting like quietly plotting. Like,
she's plotting.
I will take them all down eventually.
Yep.
You will not hear from me now, but you will one
birth
day.
Control. It's like the best birth control.
Well, it seems like we've had good days. It seems like we've.
Oh, Tyler, how was your day? Did you have one?
I had, yeah. I think that's the thing. I had a decent day, but not uneventful.
Good. That's congratulations.
I'm at that age and stage in my life where nothing happening is a good day.
Uneventful is a great day.
Like a nap, you sneak a nap in there. You're like,
I snuck a midday nap in.
What time? What time are we talking?
We're talking about 4 to 5 p.m.
Ooh, that's a good. I'm a 3 p.m. kind of girl.
Yeah, there's nothing like. Do you remember when you like a good day was doing a lot of things in the day?
Oh yeah,
like, man, we have all these plans, but now we're at the I think we're at the point now where it's like. You ever have a Saturday with nothing going on? And you're like, this is the greatest day of my life.
Yeah, man.
Anytime I get to just like stand for 10 minutes and stare out my front window at nothing.
Yeah.
And it's quiet and no one interrupts that's the best. That's a great day.
Yeah.
Silence. I love silence now. I didn't know how much I loved silence.
10 silent minutes where I stare at nothing and then I don't remember the last 10 minutes. Perfect.
I've sat in my car in silence, just sitting there like this.
Yeah, dude,
for 30 minutes.
You're describing my perfect afternoon.
Yeah, nobody's like asking you to be anywhere or wondering why you're late. You're just there, like
existing in time and space.
I'm time traveling right now.
Yeah.
But we do have a movie to talk about, an exciting one, and I think JWC is a little upset that me and Kate haven't seen enough Marvel movies.
Oh yeah.
Kate, how would I know? What's
Iron Man?
About?
You know Iron Man? You ever seen Iron Man?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, like he's in all of them basically. So if you've seen a movie with Iron Man, you've seen a Marvel movie.
Avengers in the Marvel world.
Yeah.
So I don't know the difference between the Marvel world and the other world. What's the other one?
DC is the other big one.
And they compete. They don't like each other.
Yeah, right. I mean, lately in the movies, the difference has been the DC ones are like the really dour, like serious ones.
Has there ever been a movie where the DC is versus the Marvel people?
I don't think in the movies. They've done that in the comic books. I don't think there have been any movies where they've crossed the universes over that I can think of.
John Wayne Caldwell. There are 22 movies.
Yeah, so the current Marvel series is 22 movies long. It started with Iron Man like 10 or 11 years ago now. And I guess finished with Avengers Endgame.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, or did they do another one after that? Oh yeah, no, there was a Spider-Man Far From Home was like I think technically the last one.
And so Spider-Man's in this world too.
Yeah. Spider-Man is in this world too. But this is where it gets really confusing. Not the old confused. Spider-Man, only the new Spider-Man.
Oh, what's the new Spider-Man? Isn't it the same man? But
he went with DC. He had his agent took him over to DC.
I wonder how that.
I just made that up. I don't know. I made that
up. It feels like it.
Yeah. No, it's a whole.
Is there a difference?
No, it's a whole rights thing. Like Marvel didn't used to be its own movie studio, so they used to sell the rights to their characters to other movie studios.
So it's the same Spider-Man.
Yes.
You just moved to a different agency.
Correct. Yes, correct. A different studio.
New representation.
And one of those studios considers all of their movies to happen like in the same universe, and the other one does not. That Spider-Man is not part of the Marvel movies, but this Spider-Man is.
These are really like great superheroes that children should be looking up to. They're like, if you don't get your contract right, you can just move over to the next world.
Go where the money is.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
But so Garrett, of the 22, how many have you seen?
Most. I think there's only one or two I haven't seen. I slept through most of Thor: The Dark World, and I didn't see the Spider-Man sequel yet.
Okay.
I think I've seen all the other ones.
Oh.
Marvel went bankrupt.
Wait, I have a question about the 22.
Sounds like a BuzzFeed headline right there.
Yeah, it does. Since Tyler got to ask his 22 question. What is your favorite 20 out of the 22?
My favorite 20. So I just need to knock 2 off the list. The 2 I didn't see.
That's right.
It's really good to have Kate. It's good to have Kate here for the program.
Yeah. So you just want me to
be a reporter.
This is your way of getting me to name all of the Marvel movies, so you can see if you've seen any of them.
You're on to me. You're on to me. No. You don't have to.
Where does Black Panther stack up to you?
Oh, this is like top 5 to me. I genuinely really like this movie. I actually think a lot of these movies are kind of boring, and I do not think that. I think this movie is very good. I think it's really entertaining.
I agree. I'm not a like comic book. I mean, it's so weird that Tim's not here for this movie because he's probably like punching his steering wheel the whole way down that he can't talk to us. He's such a comic book guy, but I mean, Kate, you're not really either, right?
I'm not a guy at all. Yeah.
Yep. I love you. I love that you're here. I do. I really do love that you're here.
I know they do. My brother, I said this already by proxy, and then we went through that.
He's a guy, right?
He's
a guy.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess what I was trying to figure out is, Kate,
thanks for providing a counter example. My brother, a guy. Me, not a guy.
Yeah,
not a guy.
I love that. So all right, I'll word it differently. Are you into comic books, Kate?
I'm a word man. No. Solid no.
All right, great. But you saw Black Panther.
I just finished it.
Okay, right good. And what'd you think?
I have to say, if you're really asking me the question, you're not going to take me out. I have to say, I was very stressed out.
Throughout the whole movie?
Oh man, the fighting scenes. I should record myself because I was like, oh, that's not going to go well. Like I just dissect it. You don't want to watch a movie with me.
Fair.
Or do anything with me.
Or do a show on Facebook.com.
Overall, I really liked it. I like the strong female characters. I like that part.
Yo, there are so many great ladies in this movie. And I was talking to my partner about this when we were watching it last night. One of the things I love about this movie is that like, there's lots of movies that try and, give us like strong female characters as like a sort of a key term, like a hashtag that goes around, right? Like strong female characters. And usually a lot of times what ends up happening is you just get like a Sarah Connor character who's like basically a man, but is a woman. You know what I mean? So a strong female character is really just a female that is stripped of like her femaleness. Right. And I really like the women in this movie because like they get to be warriors and mothers. Like they don't have to choose one or the other. Yeah. They are mothers and sisters and wives and warriors and diplomats and scientists. Like
real life.
Yes, it's fucking awesome. Like I actually think this movie like nails that kind of like quote unquote like feminist agenda. It doesn't feel like a feminist agenda. It just is like
not at all. It just is.
Yes, it feels like the way it reflects the world in a great way. Yeah.
Right. You have that whole part where the women are the only ones to fight against Killmonger at the end. You know, they kind of everybody else follows the lead. I don't know what the guy's name is in the movie. Like Killmonger's like a sidekick that turns on
the guy from Get Out.
Yeah.
What is that actor's name? Daniel Kaluuya, I think is his name.
Who was he in the movie though? Like I don't remember.
God, I actually have trouble with these characters' names, which is just a very much a white person thing. They all have like African names, and I don't know.
And Garrett, we'll like touch this a little bit. We were talking about it before. Like there is this sense of like you are reminded that the cartoon wasn't written by Black people. Like this was.
So Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, I believe, created this character. They are the two famous white Jewish men that created most of Marvel Comics. And in the 60s, they decided it was finally time for there to be a black superhero. And so they created a black superhero, Black Panther. But what that means is the source material actually does have a lot of like inherent racism to it, because like a couple of white guys created this black character. So there's a lot of interesting stuff that this movie has to like try and work around from the comic origins. For instance, the character M'Baku, he's like the sort of warlord from the other tribe that lives up in the mountains. Do you guys know who? Which character
the one that he helps him at the end. Where, Yes. And so he has that ape mask that he wears.
Yeah.
I forget what that is in the comics, but it is literally a racist representation of black people as gorillas. He's a classic Black Panther villain that is literally just supposed to be like a big black gorilla. And so the filmmakers that made this movie are black filmmakers. And so one of their, I think, struggles in making this movie that I think they have a lot of success in is trying to figure out, how do we stay true to the comic that's who this character is? He's this big black man that's depicted as an ape, but not have that carry the racist connotations that started with in the source material. And I think the movie gets away with a lot of that, actually.
Yeah. And then there was like, you felt a little bit of that like throughout the movie where you're watching it and you're like, well, like I think Chadwick Boseman's a phenomenal actor, but they could have probably found an African actor that doesn't have to, have the accent, and
he fought for that accent. He wanted that accent.
Listen, like I think he's very talented, but there is an actor in the world that could have just been that person. But then, if everybody were worried about representation, that they could have found an African actor. But I think he did a great job. And also, it's like, you find the poor kid from the projects in Oakland, and it's just. You could tell two white Jewish guys wrote it, but you've heard the directors talk about it, right, Garrett? And that was a dilemma that they've had. Yeah,
and I think that like to me, what's interesting about this movie is that it is about a kid from like to me, Killmonger is more who this movie is about than Black Panther overall, because to me, Killmonger is like the best villain in the Marvel universe. He's a villain whose motivation like actually makes sense to me. He sees his people struggling around the world and feels justified in trying to get them to rise up. Right.
I struggled with him because I really liked him. And then I was like, he's a bad guy. And then I liked him again.
Well, I'm with both of you, because I thought like there was like this thing where I'm like, wait, he's doing the right thing.
Yes.
Like he's like an evil, like he's supposed to be evil, but he's got a very good point.
Yes, he wants to decolonize the world, basically. And do it through the same force that was used to colonize the world. And that seems like pretty equal retribution, right? Like if we're talking about the scales of justice and things like that. So yeah, I mean, it's why he is one of, I think, the best villains. Because he's so well motivated, like his motivations make sense to me, right? And so to me, the movie is kind of about him. And so to your point about like, could they have gotten an African actor for this? I think this movie is distinctly, it's I heard the director say it's about an aspirational view of Africa. He wanted to show like what would Africa look like with the same resources as everybody else, right? But then it's also, I think, distinctly an African American movie. It is about Africans who were abandoned here. And left far from home, who want to return to home and see their home returned to a glory that was stripped from them when they were taken from their home. And so that stuff all works for me. That stuff makes sense to me, I think. Even with, I think to your like representation maybe feeling like a little off in some ways. I think ultimately it gets at the heart of what an African American audience might be looking for in these stories.
Yeah, no, that makes a ton of sense, and it's like one of these movies where there's so many like messages throughout it, and like for me, I don't love movies like this. Like I don't love superhero movies, but there was enough of like shit, not that you can relate to, but that like applies to real life that doesn't involve mechanical rhinos running at you.
Pretty dope though. Pretty dope.
Oh yeah, that guy. So that guy that we just talked about, we didn't remember his name. The guy
Daniel Kaluuya is the actor's name.
Is that who it was? So
he
said he had to learn how to ride a horse so he could ride that rhino in the film. I thought that was funny. And then Forrest Whitaker, the guy that played his son.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't realize that was Forrest Whitaker until like towards the end.
Are you serious?
He looked different.
Dude, he was working the eye. That's when you see an actor working the eye, that's who you're looking at. It's Forrest Whitaker.
Well, there was another eye problem guy in there as well. But the guy that played him, not his son, but him younger, his last name is also Whitaker. Did you know that?
Oh, but they're not related?
They're not related. But the guy who was Black Panther's father, the guy who played him younger, was his actual son in real life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I thought that was pretty cool.
It looks like his character's name is Wakabi. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Wakabi. I really like that moment at the end when him and his wife like kind of face off.
I know.
It's
Chris
awesome.
Lewis, same rhino from Ace Ventura 2, believe it or not.
I do believe it.
I'm sorry to say that's the funniest joke anyone has ever said on my entire time in this show.
I'm sorry too.
Coming from Q, the representation was amazing, but really was phenomenal was that this movie was an amazing superhero movie, not just a movie for Black people. Yeah. That's kind of the whole thing. Like, and it was like, it took me a little bit of time to like, because the other superhero, like Spider-Man, is built in this very real world where like, you know, it's New York City and the only thing that's weird is he got bit by a spider. But this one starts in a like
which
Wakanda.
Anybody can do. Anybody, right?
Yeah. Well, Wakanda is not a real place.
Right.
You know, so it was totally like my brain had a hard time going with the fantasy.
Feels more fictional in some ways. Right. Yeah, it's this hidden society that I don't know, uses a fucking force field or something to like never be seen by the world. You feel like, boy, they really have somehow gotten away with something by surviving this long without anyone knowing they're here.
Yeah, I also liked, and I forgive me because I don't know what it's called, but when they like buried them under the sand and the snow, and then they went back.
Yes,
to the so like what was that called? It was
the astral plane. Is that what they called it?
It was something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just felt like that's sort of to me made, and I wasn't drinking or anything. It just sort of to me like felt like that makes sense. It was so comforting, I thought, to go back and talk to these people who have passed, like to have that moment. Everybody wishes that they could have that moment with like their father or whomever has passed away. And I don't know, those moments were just so sweet to me, especially with the villain, you know, and you see him cry for the first time and only time, I believe, in the film. And I just thought those moments, God, I don't think I would have liked the movie as much if they didn't have that.
I agree. I mean, this movie has like a genuine emotional grounding to it. Like you get the feeling that someone needed to tell this story. And Tyler, I think one of the things that maybe you might be thinking when you watch these movies without even realizing it, right? And it's the thing that I disconnect from all the time is like these superhero movies, like there's nothing to actually emotionally ground me in these.
Oh,
look who it is.
Yeah.
You guys,
the professor. Yeah,
you're Garrett. Yeah, you're super. That's super.
There's no emotional grounding, right? There's just nothing for me to latch onto in these movies, and this movie feels like a movie where like the filmmakers actually had a story they needed to tell, and you get emotionally grounded in that story.
And there happens to be mechanical rhinos, and but it's still like rooted in like good story and like emotion.
Yeah, mechanical rhinos.
Well, if
they were real, Tim. They were real. Come on, we all know.
Ace Ventura. that what you're talking
Yeah.
about?
Very good.
Panther
Very good.
podcast.
You're late to the draw there. Chris Lewis made that
He
joke
beat you.
no
He
more
beat
than
you.
5 minutes ago.
Well, I obviously haven't been watching, so
Welcome to. Have you seen the movie? You've seen Black Panther.
yeah, of course.
And well, I thought you want to come on and talk about this. Is like this
Can we
movie is.
Can I just show you what pure luxury looks like?
Yeah, I was
you in a
curious
bowling
actually.
alley?
Where are you?
Just take a look at what you can have right here.
Is that a pool table?
Yeah, you look like you're in a parking garage.
Garrett, you nailed it, my man.
Why is
Right
there
here.
a pool table there?
I don't know. It's New Jersey.
Wow.
Anyway,
You've made it, Tim.
if you thought we were
Yeah.
famous because we have a TV show, this is the proof.
It looks like you're about to play 9-ball with Deep Throat.
Yeah.
Look at, oh yeah.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, just in case
Pull right up next to it with your car.
you can't make it to your hotel room from the parking lot, but yeah, let's play a quick game of ping pong, huh?
Just real quick.
Wait, did you bring your paddle on vacation? Holy shit! The table right there.
Thank God I have my pool cue.
John Wayne Caldwell, are you
Lucille.
staying at the YMCA?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
We didn't
I
want to
better-
say
You
it.
know what? I better pull one to the side because I'm probably screaming insults. And not realizing it.
Yeah, that's gonna be even better.
Yeah.
There's a man pacing in the parking garage, screaming into his phone.
About Black
I go-
Panther. It's
I
weird.
go. So the name of the hotel is the Armada, and I'm like, hey, what's the Wi-Fi password? And she's like,
Oh no.
Armada.
Oh well, you've gotten it wrong, obviously.
Go back. Go back. Go back to the
Lowercase.
pool table.
Like that was it. That was the whole building. Like, it's
Dude,
just
that
the
story
whole-
was
it's just the
greater
name of
the way you
okay.
said it. The story was perfect. It cut out
It's a cage
Tim when
style
you told
story.
that story. It said, "I went up to the lady to get the Wi-Fi password," and that's the whole story.
Yeah.
All
Leave it,
lowercase.
leave it. Leave it. Leave it.
The internet just censored the password for them.
Yeah.
They know who he's working for.
Tim, we don't want to give your exact location. But Chris Lewis says, "Love the shooting range glasses." Chris Lewis is on fire tonight, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
They look a lot worse in a parking garage, right? They don't look as cool as usual.
They don't look as
all
cool as
fucking
usual.
stringy.
I think he's trying to get our location.
You'll never
Am
find
I
me,
good
baby.
here? Am I good here?
I'm living in a hostage video.
You do. You do. I
Tell
like
tell the nation where you're at.
Exactly.
I'm not telling you exactly. I'm in Wildwood, New Jersey.
Give us
Why
your
would you be at the Ramada in the
Tim's at the only parking garage with a pool table in at that beach. They'll be able to find you.
Not the Ramada, the Armada. It's an
the
anagram.
Armada?
Armada,
Oh, okay.
like
All right.
a mighty fleet of ships.
Right.
Whoa. Sounds fancy.
How bad are the amenities inside if they need a pool table?
If my kid wasn't sleeping in there, I'd show
Don't-
you. But I
Don't show
couldn't.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to see.
Hold on one sec. Hold on
I
one
like the mystery.
I feel like a place. I feel like a place with a pool table in the parking garage is a place that doesn't have bathrooms.
Yeah. Well, we don't have plumbing, but
Yeah.
Are
we
you
can
cool
play
with
pool in our garage.
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Put his hair back. He put his hair back, didn't he? I know. I
Seems
know
like
that's what he's doing.
did Tim
Or
just
he's
get
stripping.
assassinated?
Stripping.
Yeah, just get shanked.
Yeah.
I just pull my hair back because it's so effing humid.
How's the beach, Tim?
I just got here 20 minutes ago, so
Oh shit.
no
So
people.
good. So real
Real
good.
nice.
Are you able to hang for the program, or do you need to go?
I'm gonna need to go in like 7 minutes because I have to go get my iPad so I can read something on the Loud and Nerdy podcast at 9 in the PM. So I need like 10 minutes of
Look at you,
Middle.
double book. You are a true celebrity.
I know. From the
I
beach,
know.
no less.
rolling in
Bravo.
$0.
That's right. That's how
Can
we
you-
like it.
Can you talk for that 7 minutes? Can you tell us what you thought about Black Panther and some of
Yeah,
your thoughts?
I think it's one of the better Marvel movies in terms of actually having a story about something.
Yeah. Totally agree with you.
I don't love Michael B. Jordan as much as Garrett does, but I do love Chadwick Boseman as much as everybody does.
Yeah.
And Black Panther, what really sucks about what happened to Chadwick Boseman is, and I know neither of you are big Marvel fans, but the whole universe kind of ended like last year. Like basically all the characters that you really love, like Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Hemsworth, all them, they're all done for the most part. And they need to still make billions of dollars, so they're going to keep making movies, but they're going to use all the B-list Avengers, the shitty ones like Falcon and stuff. And Black Panther was the coolest one by a huge margin. He was the most fun. He was the best looking. He was like the absolute coolest one, and he fucking died in real life. And now, what do you do about that? Like, you can't replace him, right? Like, you can't have Black Panther anymore.
Well, Garrett was talking a little bit about that.
There was just a headline that they're gonna try and write him out, basically. And actually, I mean that in a positive way. Like they're not going to recast it. There's not going to be like somebody else that plays T'Challa. They just will somehow, in the context of the universe, say that, I don't know, T'Challa has died or whatever. He will be written out. But the thing that was sad to me, Tim, rewatching this, is the whole fucking plot of this movie is that the king of Wakanda dies, and so the prince has to take over. And then, so Chadwick Boseman got to play the character, and then literally that happened. Like, now the king has died once again.
Yes!
And it really sucks. At the end of Endgame, it shows, like, him and his sister and his mom, like, he's finally got it together, and there's peace, and he's happy. And that was, like, probably his last moment in the MCU film.
I know.
I disagree. I actually can't stand the sister character. She's so annoying to me.
Oh no, I totally agree with Kutressa and John Wayne. To me, she's like the obvious choice. Is like who would take the mantle.
Well, what about? I
she's
thought
gonna
maybe
be the obvious choice because there's no other family members. But
well, no. What about the queen? Didn't I got the impression that he married the queen. He made that girl the queen.
Yeah. They just kissed. That doesn't equal marriage.
You're right.
Okoye, I don't know how to say it, but Denai Guerrera's character, who is fucking amazing in that movie. I think she's so good. She's like fierce as hell.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Did you know that
she's a babe too?
No, I guess she's the warrior, right?
Oh, no,
the queen,
the shaved head warrior. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the queen is Lupita Nyong'o's character, right? That's who we mean.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the one that the whole time that she was like, I can't. I'm not like in the. I'm like a. What does she call it? A fighter or whatever.
Yeah, she's like a spy or something.
She keeps being like, I'm a spy.
And then I think they finally. The impression I got was he made her the queen. He was going to make her the queen.
Right.
So maybe she runs the show.
Oh, okay. So you pick her over the sister.
For sure.
Well, the sister's in America teaching the program.
Right, the outreach that they start, right?
Yeah. Oh, we need her out there. You're right. Did you know that Donald Glover wrote some of the jokes?
That totally makes sense to me.
And he wrote the one where she was like, they're like, does anyone object to this? And she's like, my corset is tight. That was his.
They could have put him in that movie easily. Like, he would have fit in so well. I'm surprised he's not in any Marvel movies at all.
He is, though. He's in Spider-Man Homecoming. He plays like the one, like the car thief that Spider-Man like kind of ropes up at one point.
Is he just like? Do they not make any like? Do they not really focus on it? Like,
it's a small scene. It's like a 2-minute scene in the movie. Yeah. Yep. He technically plays. I believe the character he plays is Miles Morales' uncle in the comic books.
Okay.
So it's like a small nod to like that character maybe existing in this universe. But he's in it for like 2 minutes or whatever.
Okay. What was the king? The king of the mountain people?
Oh, M'Baku.
It could have been cool to have Donald Glover, that guy. And as like
he's not big enough though. They needed like a giant.
No, I know. Yeah, Winston Duke is a fucking hunk of a man. Holy shit, that guy's like
huge.
Yeah, he's enormous.
I like that noise. It like was reminiscent of dogs. You know how I feel about them. And then I liked when you heard them coming at the end. I was they're here. I can hear them. I thought that part was really cool.
Hey, by the way, that's
big in Endgame too.
Yes, they do. That's the other thing I love about this movie, by the way, is the music. The score is incredible, and that Kendrick Lamar out. Have you guys ever actually listened to the Kendrick Lamar Black Panther album?
Yeah,
it's stellar. It's so fucking good. All the music when they're in Korea, there's that whole long sequence in Korea. That's all from the Kendrick Lamar album, and it rocks. It's so good.
Yeah.
Kutressa points out, by the way, that the character is named after the Black Panther movement.
Which is crazy for me. I started the wrong movie, got 20 minutes in. I'm like, this isn't the right thing.
Well, an interesting thing about Black Panther, the character, the comic book character, is his original name was the Coal Tiger.
Really?
And they scrapped that one.
Yeah.
They figured, you know what? That actually sounds really fucking stupid.
Yeah,
Let's go with Black Panther. It's already been made up for.
That's
us.
how you know he was created by two white Jewish guys. Is that they tried to call him the Coal Tiger.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have like character designs for Coal Tiger, and they're not cool. It's like
Yeah.
the whole thing. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I do kind of want to like Garrett touched on it a little bit, and you have to mention like the weirdness and like it was. I saw this movie when it first came out, and watching it after Chadwick Boseman passes away, it's totally different.
Yeah.
Like it's totally like it's weird almost. Like there's parts of it where it's eerie, like almost foreshadowing his own life.
I know he goes to the land of the dead basically at a certain point and talks to the past kings, which I guess we now suppose he is among them, right? Like he's moved on to that plane and is now one of the past
They
kings.
could do something cool with that. Maybe.
Yeah, like I expect that you'll see a fucking digital Chadwick Boseman in the background of like the sequel to Black Panther in the astral plane or whatever.
I really don't know
do you
who's
think
gonna
that's
be the star
okay?
now, because he was going to be the star. And there's no one gives a shit about Winter Soldier.
I know.
Or any of these people. And he was. I don't like. No one wants Falcon to be Captain America 2.0.
Frankly, Tim, it would not surprise. And I know this won't make you happy, but it would not surprise me, since it's comic book movies, if they don't find a way to revive Michael B. Jordan's character and have him sort of become a good. A good guy and take the throne.
I don't dislike him across the board, although I think we all saw the Independence Day sequel, and we can't say I approve of that one either.
Boy, that movie stinks.
But yeah, he would be a good one to fit. At least he fits in the canon too. So
yeah, he does. Yeah,
not a real canon, guys. It's a name for. Lore.
There's some comments coming in, and we're getting trashed.
Conversation. Yeah,
we're getting trashed for not addressing the comments.
I can't see any comments.
I can tell you.
I
can go on Contreras. So the when they go to that whatever that is, the casino or whatever that is, with the outfits with the red dress and the green dress. So the green dress actually has letters. That's all like symbols and letters. And it's let me see. It's the red, black, and green. It symbolized the flag for the Pan-African flag. And then when you see the sister, I think for the first time, she's got her hair in little buns and like a crop top shirt. So she has, this is interesting, that symbol that she has means purpose. So she might come back as the queen.
And we have this, Tressa says, please leave Michael B. Jordan's character dead.
She
wants him dead.
That I've never disagreed with Tressa, but to this day, we are still in a full agreement.
Wait, so this is not Michael Jordan. This is Michael.
All right, yeah.
I'm sorry for coming in late and leaving early. John Wayne, if you are watching this, you need to send me a link so I can get it to you. So thank you guys. Thank you, Garrett. Thanks for
pleasure to see you, buddy.
Happy birthday, chicken.
Yeah, happy birthday to the chicken. Thank God he's
This
gone.
is Michael B. Jordan.
Yes,
Okay,
Michael B. Jordan. And I assume, by the way, that he had to take that name because there's like this weird thing with the Actors Guild where like you can't have the same name as another actor. So since Michael Jordan has been in movies, he starred in Space Jam. I assume Michael B. Jordan has to star as Michael B. Jordan because there's already a Michael Jordan that stars in movies.
It's interesting because you can't have the same number either, right? Like your jersey number?
I do not know anything about sports. The only basketball game I've ever seen was Space Jam.
And the 2005 Nazareth Blue Eagles.
That's right. That's right.
Tim, I didn't see this before he left. I don't know if this is a comment back in the past, but
Iron Giant.
Tim, when you see this, tell Nancy if you've watched Iron Giant, or if you haven't, would you watch it if she lends you the video?
Good
VHS.
Movie.
Yeah,
Okay?
the VHS.
Good movie.
Well, what I was like, even Boseman's like monologues were kind of like sad to me, even though they were meant to be inspiring.
Yeah.
And the first time I watched it, it was a whole different meaning to me.
Yep.
But this was like, oh my God, dude, I can't imagine like. So when he filmed this, he had cancer, right?
I think so. So let me think. This is 2018. This comes
18.
out. So he's probably, I think if I understand correctly, he knew he had cancer for at least the last 4 years. So I think so. Yeah.
So some of these
yeah.
scenes, some of these scenes and some of these lines he's giving, he's doing it while living this like very real experience too. And knowing that, the first time I saw it, obviously nobody had any idea that this was going on in his life, in his brain. But this time, seeing that and seeing him say this stuff and saying that, especially that last, monologue, it like makes you feel, it put chills down your spine. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just eerie for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I also like any time that he was in an action scene, and like there were those scenes where he had to like drink that stuff, and it makes him all like it was I was like, oh no, I don't like having to see his body like be in any pain, like because I know his body was actually in pain when they were making this.
Yeah,
right. And even when he's like, they find him and he's dead there, like that to me was like, fuck. Like I can't imagine. I have two questions for both of you. Like, obviously, family members of somebody that's this relevant to society, there's a different expectation. You have to understand that you're going to see them, if they pass, like the Paul Walker thing too. Like you're going to still see him in movies, and for his family, they have to see him on a very worldwide stage dead. Right? That's got to be crazy weird for them, right? That's got to like almost be impossible. Yeah. And number two, you mentioned that they might CGI him into the next one. Do you agree with that practice in movies?
I don't know. I feel very bizarre about that. One, because you could go down your own conspiracy rabbit hole of like, well, then at what point does anybody even own their own image? And, do you even need actors after a certain point, or do they just catalog the best 200 and they just get cast in movies for the rest of time? Because they're just like computer programs that they can just download into their movies.
That's so fucking weird,
right? Like you can really go down the rabbit hole and like the implications of what that actually
means.
Unless
of course it's us, then do it. But
yeah.
Let to be clear,
But I think just on the more, like moral basis that you're actually asking about it, I do feel weird. Like I don't know if this means anything to you guys, but Star Wars Rogue One has a fully CGI version of a guy that's been an actor that's been dead for like 15 years in it. There's a very famous actor who was in the very original Star Wars, died like 15 years ago, and Rogue One is supposed to be a prequel to the original Star Wars, so they wanted that character in it again. So they literally fully animated this man back to life. And he's like fully in scenes. He's got like 10 whole minutes of screen time in that movie. It's just a dead man. You're literally watching a reanimated corpse, basically.
If you want to talk about representation in movies, how about live people?
Yeah.
Like working actors.
Most of them.
Like
some of them.
They're like it kind of, and even when like Scorsese made that last movie and they changed the ages of like I get it, right? These are uber famous actors, and you want to get as much out of them as possible, but there's a ton of working actors out there that could do it too. The whole point is that.
Well, so here's where I will maybe counter a little bit, which is, so there are storytelling decisions, right? So in Scorsese's movie that you brought up, the whole story of that movie is about reflecting on one's life, is living an entire life and reflecting on that life. And so there is like an artistic merit to having the same actor play that character over 40 years of his life. There's something actually artistically interesting about watching a man that I know is currently 75 years old play himself at 30. That because the movie is actually about his life and living that life, right? Whereas reanimating this guy just to be in your Star Wars movie because you're making another Star Wars movie doesn't feel like there's any artistic motivation for that.
Right. It's just it's for selling tickets.
Right. Yes. And so when it comes to like, what if they put like a CGI Chadwick Boseman in Black Panther 2, if they're going to tell me that he stars in that movie and that whole fucking movie is like, they just try to basically act like that man did not die and he gets to play Black Panther again for a whole movie. I think that that's very troubling. Yeah. I think that if he appears in the background of a scene where they go to the astral plane, and they're looking at all of the former Black Panthers as they showed us in this movie. I think that maybe there's something respectful and honoring his life in that way by including him in the mythos of the story that way. So I don't know. I think there's ways to do it and for it to feel respectful. But I think most of the time these companies are just, I mean, Disney's the biggest fucking conglomerate on the planet. Like they're just trying to make money off of me, you know?
Isn't Walt Disney's head frozen somewhere? Isn't that true?
Probably
superimpose him into every movie. We just never see it.
You probably do.
Okay, what about you? What's your thoughts on it?
Well, I don't really have an answer. I'd have to think about it. I'm sorry. But I can tell you that I had an experience where I took a nap and I woke up and someone had sent me a text message and I clicked on it and it was Michael Jackson, like doing his thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You're never going to believe this." And I was like, "Oh my God, is Michael Jackson alive?" Like, and that's, I saw that. So then I was like, so I saw that it was just a hologram of him. I was very upset by it.
Yeah,
it didn't make
weird.
me feel, it's very weird. And I also wanted to say this before we get out of here, that this isn't so similar, but it reminded me of Superman, how he became this paralyzed paraplegic.
Yeah.
Superman.
Reeves. What the hell is
Christopher
that?
Reeves.
Yeah, Christopher Reeves. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
called him Chris.
and like you see, like we grow up with these movies and we see this guy like fly across the sky and like save women and children and all this stuff, and then in real life, rarely saved men, by the way. Yeah, he gets it. But like in real life, he's confined. He can barely even breathe by himself, and like I don't know. There's a weird thing that happens when you think of these people as like real people, because
I think like CGIing them takes away their humanity.
Yeah, definitely. So
like, and then you think about even their family. Like, dude, if I'm Chadwick Boseman's wife, and I just had to deal with, whatever they had to deal with, I can't even fathom what that was like, having to deal with this, roller coaster ride in private, but your husband's a mega star. It had to be crazy, and then it's over. There's probably a weight off her shoulders when it was all over, and now you gotta there's a chance you're gonna have to see him in movies still.
Yeah. I mean, let him rest in peace.
Right.
I think exactly for the reasons you're saying.
This is the only CGI coming from Tim. CGI me atop a Holy Family Church.
Fine, we'll do it. We'll do it for Tim.
Have you guys seen, because we've done so many Andy Samberg movies, have you guys seen Popstar? Do you guys know that movie?
Dude. Stop.
Popstar is hilarious, and there's a great scene where the singer of Maroon 5 is a hologram playing on stage with Andy Samberg. And at a certain point, there's like 6 holograms of him, and so his hologram is spanking his other hologram's ass.
Oh my God, that's funny.
The greatest joke about hologram celebrities I've ever seen.
That movie is so
imagining Tim's hologram spanking Tim's hologram atop the Holy Family Church.
I would love to see it. Love to see him
watching over Bruno's. Well, do you have a suggestion for next week?
No, you know what? Because next week I gotta buy this fucking house, man. I think I gotta take a little break.
Oh yeah, you gotta take a break.
I gotta take a week off.
An update.
We will we will update the nation with a movie, or if anybody has any suggestions out there.
Chris Lewis just dropped a Popstar as #1. I know we've talked a lot of Andy Samberg and done a lot of Andy Samberg. You guys could maybe take that one.
I'd take Popstar. I'll take Popstar.
I believe that baby is streaming somewhere. Here, I'll confirm that for the nation while we wrap up here.
I am in love with him. We discovered that during this.
Indeed, it's the only man you've ever told us you're attracted to.
I did get a suggestion from John Suter, fan of the show, Almost Famous. He
That's a great movie.
Let's do that. Let's do that this week, and then maybe we'll go Popstar next week. Almost Famous.
So here, I can tell you. All right, you can rent it on Amazon. I don't think it's like streaming for free anywhere, but it's out there. It's very rentable.
Okay.
Almost Famous.
Almost Famous. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do it. I'll rent it. We did it.
We did it, guys. We made it. Garrett, thank you so much. Again,
thank you, guys.
Congrats on the house. Hopefully, your next update is that you can now move in.
Baby, it better be an update, and they better tell me it's an update.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Right before you sign the paper, can you just make a wheel with all kinds of numbers and hit it like Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah.
Sure, whatever you want.
Thank you.
You're
That's it.
welcome.
Yeah, we're gonna do a virtual housewarming party.
Yeah.
All right, sounds
The
good.
nation will send you a gift.
I love it.
So, anything cool coming up on the I Like the Movie?
What are we doing on movie? Oh, you know what? My buddy Ron Gallo is going to be on the show this week. He's like a real famous musician now, but it's just a dude I went to college with, and so you can check that out.
Cool.
Nice.
All right, awesome. And that's Garrett. You can find him at Philadelphia or the podcast at I Like to Movie. That's with a 2 in it. The number.
That's me. It's me.
Top right. Love you,
I made it
hater.
to the top.
That's at I Hate Kate. I'm at Tyler Rothrock. Please find us wherever you find podcasts. Subscribe, like, rate. Check us out. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube, the Clicking and Screaming channel on YouTube. None of you have done it.
Not
I
one.
know this. And I suggest you do it or we will punish you. There'll be consequences. You don't want that. The show on Friday, unfortunately, is canceled. Joe Abram, get your money back.
Maybe we could do a hologram.
Unfortunately, there's no bell to be rung tonight, so we will
right.
just ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding, and just go right into the song.
Good one.
All right, folks.
Peace.
See ya.